Blessings, family. Welcome to today's episode of Wednesdays with Pastor K. What a joy it is to be your host today. Thank you for tuning in. I see we've got more people on YouTube, and we have also a few people on Facebook, and others are watching on TikTok. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Wednesday night. I'm happy to spend the next few minutes of my time with you. And please do the following for me. If you are watching on Facebook, please remember to like the feed, share, and let's get your world into the room. And also, those who are watching on YouTube, remember to subscribe. And we are excited that you have tuned in. Subscribe and also share the link with the people that follow you so that we can get your world into this room. And also remember to share, comment, and let's get our world into this room. Last week, actually 2 weeks ago, because last week we were not on, but 2 weeks ago we took some time to talk about an interesting topic titled Signs the Laws of Maturity Are at Play in Your Life. Signs the laws of maturity are at play in your life. And we spoke about the 12 of those signs, and I'm just going to quickly recap on that before I welcome today's audience, and then we proceed with today's topic. Number one, we said you choose your friends wisely. You choose your friends wisely. And number two, you don't control others but yourself. Number three, you know what to tell people and what to keep and protect, and what to protect rather. Number four, you know when to react. You know when to react. Number five, you do your best and trust the process. Number six, you practice gratitude. Number seven, you hardly explain yourself. Number eight, you detach from outcomes. And number nine, you accept people as they are. Number 10, you are consistent in your pursuit of growth. Number 11, you know when to walk away. That's very powerful. You know when to walk away. And number 12, which was the last one, you master the art of silence. You master the art of silence. So yeah, those were the 12 points that we shared last week. And if you missed last week's teaching, you can go onto my YouTube channel, or you can get onto my profile. Just go to videos on Facebook and also on TikTok as well. And you'll be able to glean from us elaborating further on the points I've just mentioned to you now. This was just a quick recap just to bring somebody up to speed. But if you want more concerning those points, you can go to my YouTube channel and you will get more. Praise the Lord. Okay, I see we've got people that are crazy here, but we can quickly deal with them. Let's do this. Okay. Awesome. Okay, let's see. I think we saw another one as well. Okay. Almost there, almost done. Here's another one. Okay. All right. So yeah, welcome guys. And today I've got a very interesting topic, and I'm not gonna be taking much of your time. I've got only 5 points, 5 points, but I believe they will help somebody. They will help somebody. Please let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me before I proceed, and then we're gonna take it from there. Okay. Tonight I'm gonna be talking about 5 traits of people who end up successful. The 5 traits of people who end up successful. Number one, you always go ahead and start while others wait before they are ready. You always go ahead and you start while others wait before they are ready. That's a sign that you're going to end up successful, because many of us, we want validation from others. We want people to give us a pat on the back and to say you can do it, you can do it. But these type of people, they go ahead while others wait to be ready, because at times you can never be ready to start. But these types of people I'm talking about today, these are people who will go ahead and start while others wait until they are ready. And you never wait for perfect conditions. That's a sign that you are that kind of a person I'm talking about. You never wait for perfect conditions, because every time that waits, they wait for a point where, or a season where they can feel that, okay, now this is the time for me to start. But these type of people I'm talking about, they just go ahead and start. They go ahead and start. And while others are planning, you are already failing. While others are planning, you are already learning. While others are planning, you are already adjusting. These are the people I'm talking about. You always go ahead. You are a go-getter. You are not afraid to fail. You are not afraid to start. You are not afraid to be looked upon as somebody who has failed and all that, because you believe in yourself and you always push forward. So these are the people I'm talking about. People who end up successful. People who end up successful. I forgot to welcome the audience. Let's see who's watching. Tsepos Melan is watching on YouTube. Welcome, Tsepana. Good to see you, son. And we have Matapelo Mapanga watching on YouTube. Welcome, daughter. Good to see you. Powerful, powerful testimony on Sunday. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. And we have also Kalipile watching on Facebook. Welcome, son. Good to see you. We have Brother Mansi Ngosi watching on YouTube. Welcome, son. Good to see you. And we have Brother Doomzampo watching on YouTube. Welcome, son. So good to see you. And we have Maria Di Magazzo watching on Facebook. Welcome, Maria. Good to have you today. And we have also my daughter Ayanda Mashazi watching on Facebook. So good to see you all, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Number two of the 5 traits of people who end up successful. Number two, I said, you keep going after, even after being embarrassed. You keep going for your dream, even after being embarrassed. And at times, many people tend to give up when they've had a moment of embarrassment in doing what they want to excel in, what they want to succeed in doing. And for a moment, they experience a moment of embarrassment, but either way, they continue doing it. They continue going ahead, because many people, they give up once you've had a public kind of embarrassment. You find that it's difficult for you to proceed and go forward. But the people I'm talking about, these are people who press on no matter the circumstances. They press on and they continue. They'll go back again and they face the very same people and do what they believe they will do best. These are the people who make it in life. They will end up successful. They keep going even after being embarrassed. They keep going even after being embarrassed. Public failure does not stop them. Public failure does not stop them. It fuels them. It fuels them. Many people are intimidated by public failure. And as a result, you end up drawing back. You are afraid to be in the spotlight once more because of the embarrassment you experienced. But the kind of people I'm talking about, these are people who end up successful. I'm showing you the traits of people who end up successful. Public failure does not stop them, it fuels them. If humiliation cannot break you, nothing in the world can. If humiliation cannot break you, nothing in the world can. There are many people who are broken by humiliation, being extremely embarrassed in front of thousands of people, and you wonder, how am I going to get out of this? But the people I'm talking about, they forget about it, they forgive themselves, they dust themselves, they stand up, and they go back, they take it again. They take it again. These are the people who end up successful. Number 3, evening CSD, you are intentional on who to follow. You are intentional on who to follow. You don't just follow everybody. At times I see people on social media, they just follow everyone. They follow anything that moves you there on social media. But there are people who are intentional on who to follow. These are the people who will end up successful. Who you follow determines how you think. Who you follow determines how you act. It is very important that you follow wisely. You must be intentional on who to follow and when to follow certain people. Your feed on social media shapes you more than any book or course ever will. Your feed on social media shapes you more than any book or course ever will. So what you see, you must remember what you see on your social media platforms, like what you see on your Facebook, what you see on your TikTok, what you see on your Instagram, and any other platform. What you see there is what you've chosen to follow, meaning that's your feed. So you can only feed from what you have decided to follow. And if you've decided to follow wrong, your feed will be everything wrong in your eyes every single day. Like, for instance, if you choose to follow pornography, all you will see on a daily basis is pornography. That's what will be popping up in your face all the time. Why? Because you've chosen to follow that. But if you follow right, then you're going to excel in life, because your feed is what calls for greatness. Your feed is what calls for success. It's very important how you follow and who you follow. Follow the wrong people and you will stay stuck in thinking small. If you follow the wrong people, you will stay stuck in thinking small. Follow the right people and your life will start moving in the right direction. It will start moving in the direction you never thought possible. Influence plays a major role in the life of a human being. It plays a major role, and it matters who's influencing your life. It matters who influences you. So it is very important that you are very careful on who you follow. You are very careful about who you choose to follow and to feed from. Follow the right people and your life will start moving in the direction you never thought possible. There are people who became massively successful simply because they chose to follow the right people. They chose to follow the right people. So it is very important that you are very careful when it comes to who you follow on social media, because they will become an influence in your life. They will become an influence in your life. Welcome, Duduzile. Good to see you, my daughter. She's watching on Facebook. And we have also Dino Khwadi. Welcome, my daughter, watching on YouTube. And we have also Matau watching on TikTok. Welcome, Thousand. Good to see you. Long time. It's been a while. And we have also Patuchezo Ralipaso watching on YouTube. Welcome, son. Good to see you. We are almost done. You're late today. Number 4, you sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term gain. You sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term gain. That's a sign you will end up successful. Many people fall short in this area. There are people who follow short-term pleasure, and they lose what they could have gotten at the right time. Patience plays a major role in the life of a human being. If you're a person who can be patient, you can be patient for anything, patient for relationships, patient when it comes to your business, probably before you make major decisions that will cost you financially, you must be a patient person. So people that will end up successful tomorrow, these are people who sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term gain. Saying no to sex before marriage, that's a sign that you are a person who's intentional about life, you're a person who's intentional about success, and you want to make it in life, and you don't want to have regrets tomorrow. These are people who are intentional, and they sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term gain. So you may find that in that short-term pleasure, you will find yourself pregnant, and all of a sudden your life stops. And while another person's life continues, your life has to stop because you were not patient enough, and you fell for short-term pleasure. And many people have been disturbed or distracted, rather. They've been distracted by these kinds of impulses, following what the flesh needs now. And you end up paying for it in a long run. You pay for it at a later stage. Why? Because you were not able to sacrifice the short-term pleasure for long-term gain. And if you may look at the people who had sex probably when they were married, the first time they had sex was when they were married. These are the people you find that they are happily married, and they are living a best life that they can live. Why? Because they did not, clutter their lives with the unnecessary things and unnecessary issues, unnecessary people. Because at times you find that when people make this decision, but they've got baggage that comes with them. You find that by the time you choose to marry, or by the time you get married, you've got kids, you've got that kids from previous relationships, one from another from another, and by the time you get married, you've got 3 kids, different relationships. That's a baggage that's going to come into the next relationship, or by the time you get married. That means that you've got that as your past. Your past will come with you into your future. If I'm putting it right, your past will come with you into your future. And that is why I'm saying most of the people who end up successful are people who are able to sacrifice the short-term pleasure for long-term gain. And this will save you a lot of trouble. It will save you a lot of trouble. I've heard a number of people mentioning how frustrating it can be going to maintenance courts, trying to get people to understand and trying to win that particular case because you are feeling that the other party is unreasonable, they are not being fair on you, and all those things. These are the things that can be avoided if we can sacrifice the short-term pleasure for long-term gain. And many people who follow this route, these are people who lead peaceful lives, You know, it's how do I put this? You find that it's pleasing to, even though maybe you may not have the things that you've always wanted at the time, but you find that you've got the peace that surpasses all understanding, because even though you're not where you want to be with life, but you've got nobody who's going to be bothering you about your yesterday, who's going to be bothering you about what you left in your previous years. But you are you, and you are you by yourself, and probably maybe if you're married now, you are you and your family, which is a good thing, But Duchesa says we must be mindful of long-term goals, because it's always better to arrive later with less regrets. That's right. That's good. I love how you put it. Because today's generation, they are troubled by arriving late. They feel that things are happening, my peers are going ahead and they are leaving me behind. But people who will end up successful, these are people who speak like you. They will say it's always better to arrive late, but with less regrets. Those are the people who will live a better life. They will live a better life. Following the desires of the flesh comes with a big cost. Deliverance is unnecessary when we don't follow the flesh. Yeah, absolutely. And that's another aspect. You know, you'll be dealing with deliverance and all those things because of all the things that you've collected in your journey of life, because you've started early. You never really were patient, and you were continuously wanting to do things and wanting to do them now. So it's very important that you become very patient in your walk in this life and your journey. Very, very important. So saying no to things that feel good now, it will help you. Because if we are led by the flesh and we respond to the impulses that come with our flesh, often we will find ourselves in lives that we regret, and we will feel like only at the later stage in our lives will we feel that I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have dated that person. I shouldn't have slept with that person. Only at a later stage in our lives we will see those things in hindsight. But if you are able to sacrifice the short-term pleasure, you will be able to stop unnecessary troubles that will be waiting for you in the future. You will be able to stop that. You will do away with such things because you will sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term gain. And it is unfortunate there are people who, because of lack of patience, because of being led by life and its impulses and all that, as a result, they ended up being infected with terminal diseases and all those things. These are the things that can be avoided if we sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term gain. It's always best to wait. Ever heard of the saying that goes, great things comes to those who wait. The great things come to those who wait. Yes, I'm not sure what Matapel is saying there. And welcome, Tabo. Good to see you. Good to see you, son. And we have also, let's see who else is here. Mr. Ngosi is watching on Facebook. Welcome, son. Good to see you. And yeah, Tabo says the flesh has nothing to offer but pain and misery. That's right. And Delayed gratification is the game of great men. That's right. I love that. I love that. I've never seen anyone who was massively successful who's never had to withstand or undergo what we call delayed gratification. I've never. Anyone I've seen who's massively successful, and I mean genuinely successful, these are people who had to withstand what we call delayed gratification. And that's what today's generation is struggling with. Today's generation, they want to take part in what will destroy their tomorrow. They want to take part in what will destroy their lives. I mean, as early as the age 13, 14, 15, you are already indulging in alcohol beverages, you are already indulging in sex before marriage, you are already indulging in things you shouldn't be doing, smoking what you shouldn't be smoking, and all that. All those things are a recipe for failure. They are a recipe for failure. I mean, for those of you who know what happens, Kokasi, you'll find that there are people smoking nyaupe. There are certain habits that when you engage in them, it can only be a one way. There's no return. And one of them is what we call nyaupe. That thing, there's no coming back. There's no coming back. There many entered, but they were unable to come out. They were unable to quit. They started, but they were unable to quit. So certain things can be avoided if we will be able to practice patience and sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term gain. Imagine if you kept yourself pure, you kept your body, and only probably maybe let's say only at the age 30, age 35 and 40, whichever age you get married in, only at that age that you start being intimate with somebody, and you are intimate with that particular person for the very first time in your life. Look, you may have spent 30 years of your life, 40 years of your life, having not indulged in that with another person, right? But the day you get married and you start indulging in that area with a particular person, you may have started at 40, but you've got the rest of your life with that person. You've got the rest of your life to do that. Now imagine when if you started being active in this area we are talking about, you started being active at the age 15, 16, or the age 14. By the time you're 40, or by the time you get married, how many people have you been with? That's unnecessary problems. How many people have you been with? Imagine now, by the time you get married and you've been with about 10 people in total, you've been with about 15 people in total. Some of them, you left evidences there, they've got your children and all those things. All those things can be avoided if your goal is to become somebody who's done well in life. All those things can be avoided. And this is the way to go about in becoming successful. Sacrifice short-term pleasures for long-term gain. Short-term pleasures for long-term gain. There are a number of people who we were friends with growing up, going to school, primary, high school, and tertiary. There are people whom they live their lives on a fast lane, even though they've achieved all the things that a young man can dream about, but their lives were too short. Their lives were too short. Why? Because of overindulging in certain things before time. Certain things will introduce you to your death. Certain things will introduce you to your demise and your downfall. There are certain things we ought to avoid because They will destroy our destiny. They will take away from our destiny. They will destroy what God has for us. And that is why God is an advocate of patience. In fact, patience is a fruit of the Spirit. So God will advocate that we become patient in our walk with Him. And in this walk of life, in this life, you must start with you. You must start with you. Invest in yourself and make sure to find God early in your life. Make sure you find God early in your life and you walk this journey with God, fearing Him. I'm telling you, you will be a force to be reckoned with. You will be a force to be reckoned with. No man can stop you. No man can stop you if you follow it the way I'm asking you to follow it. That's the only way. You say no to things that feel good now, because there are things that feel good now, but they have repercussions later. There are things that will entice your flesh now, but they will come with repercussions in a later stage. You play a game that most people don't have the patience to understand if you are a person who sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term gain. That means you play a game that most people don't have the patience to understand. The people of this world have got no patience to understand this kind of life I'm talking about. The life of being patient, the life of preserving yourself for such a time as God has ordained for you. There are people who are not interested in that. They don't have the patience to understand what I'm talking about. Some will think you're crazy. Some will think you're boring. Some will think, ah, man, what kind of a young girl is this? Young boy is this? Young man is this? Or young woman is this? What kind of a person are they? But you are preserving yourself because you want to build a better man, a better woman in yourself. Yes. Good evening, Mpumezi. Good to have you. Thank you for tuning in, and welcome also to Refilwe. Refilwe is watching on Facebook. Welcome, daughter. Good to see you. Dumza says on YouTube, one of the things you have taught us, Dad, and I am now more intentional about, is learning to follow the leading of the Holy Spirit. And He's teaching me to be more patient in long-term decision making. Yeah, that's a good one, son. And one thing about Him, He's never in a rush. He's never in a rush. God is never in a rush. And if you want a particular direction from Him and you want it now, you're giving God an ultimatum. You're saying, at least, Lord, by end of this week, please, I'm asking that you would have gotten back to me. I'm telling you, you're going to wait. God does not move that way. He does not move that way. Speak to God, ask Him for direction, and wait on Him. He heard you. Ask Him for direction and wait on Him. He heard you. Remain aligned and remain obedient and remain sensitive. Wait on Him. If you've told Him about something, wait on Him. He knows the way best. He knows it best. You will never fail if God is on your side. You'll never. And like I said, He does not speak in a rush. God is not in a rush. He's not in a rush. Tabo says, I've learned that what requires haste is usually from the enemy. That's right. He wants us to focus on now and blinds us to tomorrow, while God wants us to look into tomorrow and sacrifice today. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's how it works. The enemy is always rushing. God takes His time. God takes His time. As well as letting Him make the decisions in my life. That's right, Tumza. Patricia says, find God early and obey Him fully is the best decision you can do for yourself. That's right. Good evening, Tina. Good to see you. Good to see you, daughter. Thank you for tuning in. She's watching on Facebook. The last one, number 5. You believe in yourself when nobody else does. You believe in yourself when nobody else does. That's a trait of people who end up successful. Not everyone will believe in yourself if you don't believe in yourself. Not everyone will. It will be hard for people actually to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. If you want to support Wednesdays with Pastor K, you can click on the QR code on my left and your right. So where you're looking, you see it on your right. You can just click on that. It will take you to SnapScan and you can sow whatever the Lord lays in your heart, just to support this stream, to make sure that we become better and better and better. You believe in yourself when nobody else does. That's a trait for people who become massively successful. Believing in yourself is the greatest gift you can ever give to yourself. You must believe in yourself. Believe you can. Believe you can make things happen. Believe you can become the person you've always dreamt of becoming. Believe your dreams will come true. Believe that God has great plans for you. Believe that God will lift you. Believe that you're going to make it in life. If you have that kind of mindset, I'm telling you, nothing will stop you. Nothing will stop you. Obviously, you believe and then you start moving in that direction. Because believing alone and not moving in that direction, it's a waste of time. But move in the direction of your belief system. Your faith in God and self-belief is louder than any voice of doubt. Your faith in God and self-belief is louder than any voice of doubt. Trust me, you will always come across voices of doubt. You will always come across them. There are people who always plant seeds of doubt in your life. But if you believe in yourself, you will continue. You will continue pursuing what you've always wanted to pursue. Every great man, if you can sit with them and have them tell you their story, they'll tell you, many people never believed in me. Many people never believed in me. I mean, you can listen to your Steve Jobs, the audios that you can get, or maybe any of his material, you will understand. Many people did not believe in him. Bill Gates, not many people believed in him. In fact, how the idea of Microsoft came is actually interesting. He wanted to advise the company he used to work for. I can't remember if he was working for IBM or something. And he wanted them to take a certain direction, and they thought he was crazy. And he left the company, he started his own company, and he went that direction by planting Microsoft. And look at where Microsoft is today. He's a giant. He's a giant. So the best thing you can ever give to yourself is believing in yourself. Believe that you can do it. Believe in yourself. Actually, there's a book I'm reading. Let me quickly get it. I have it here. Here's the book. This guy, Horst Schulze, a powerful man who runs the hotel business. He's in the hotel business. He's doing extremely well. He's doing extremely well. He runs a number of hotels in Atlanta And look, when he started, he told his parents that he wanted to do hotel management and he wants to study in this field of work. And they never believed him. They said, no, 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 no. I mean, must we take you to school just to waste your time cooking food for people and having people come, you serve people and all those things, and he was not bothered. He was not bothered. He insisted, this is who I want to become. This is who I want to become. And everybody else never believed in him, and they thought he's just choosing a wrong field. It will never benefit him. I mean, he wanted to work at restaurants to learn how to cater for people, how to serve people food, and also worked at hotels to learn how to serve people that have come who are renting the rooms there for a day or two or a week. And look, he followed his dream. Today is very powerful. He is very powerful. Yes. Listen to what he says here. He says, a no-nonsense guide to becoming the best in a world of compromise. This is a no-nonsense guide to becoming the best in a world of compromise. The title of his book is Excellence Wins. Excellence wins. So what am I saying to you? I'm saying to you, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and believe in your first love. Believe in what you feel in your heart, that this is who you are. Because what is going to pay you a lot of money is something that you love doing. I'll say it again. What's going to pay you a lot of money is something that you love doing. I saw all over social media today, Dr. Dumi, the musician, he's been the gospel singer actually. He's been trending because he's been acknowledging several servants of God who came to his concert. And this man is going to be traveling and going to all the stadiums. There's a number of stadiums that he will be going to, I think 8 cities. And all these stadiums will be filled. And he's doing something that he loves doing. He's doing something that he loves doing. And look, this is a man who is a medical doctor. He is a medical doctor, but because of his gift and what he felt that the Lord has called him to, into music and gospel, he was able to disrupt his career as a doctor to pursue his first love. And look at him today. Look at where he is. Look at where he is. That's what happens when you pursue the dream that God has placed in your heart. If you're saying, okay, I earn probably maybe 50K, I earn 70K, I earn 80K a month, but I don't love what I do. Every time I have to go to work, I have to drag myself. I don't look forward to going to work. You are not doing what you're called to do. You are not doing what you're called to do. If you're doing what you're called to do, it will be easy. It will be easy to do it. It will be effortless. It will be effortless because you're doing what you love doing and you're doing what God has created you for. You see, if you're wired for something, it's very easy to do what you're wired to do. But it will be very difficult to do something that you are not created to do. It will be difficult. It will be tiresome. It will be strenuous. But doing what you love doing comes easy. It comes easy. So I'm saying to somebody today, believe in yourself. The people I'm talking about, the people who end up successful, these are people who are not moved by zero support. They are not moved by that. They are not moved by zero support. No. It doesn't do anything to them. If they are not getting support from their family, they are not getting support from the people they love, they are not getting support from their closest friends, go ahead. Go ahead and do it. There's a guy, I'm sure you all know him, Theo, the one who runs a Batu Group. It's a shoe business. Look at how this young man started. He started selling shoes from his boot, but he believed in himself. He believed in himself. Today he's running a massive shoe company. Massive. A young man. So that is why I'm saying, never hesitate. If a dream is bothering you, never hesitate. Don't think twice. Pursue that dream. These people are never moved by zero applause. If no one is clapping you, it's not a sign that you're failing. Continue. Go ahead. Go ahead. Those who are not clapping for you at some stage in your life, they're going to be forced to clap for you. They're going to be forced to clap for you. Obviously, people don't clap for you in the beginning. They clap for you in the end. So it's like running a race. So make sure that you pursue that dream, no matter who's for you and who's not for you. They are not moved by zero guarantees. They are not moved because many people now today, what they want is they want guarantees. Is this thing going to work? Will this thing work? I'm not going to do it if it's not going to work. No, you'll never do it if you think that way. You lose nothing if you try. You lose nothing if you try. So forget about guarantees and all those things. No one said it was going to be easy. And everyone who made it in life, they had no guarantees. They had no guarantees. The challenge is that we want guarantees. We want to be safe, but you will never be able to do anything great if you're safe. You will never. Great things were birthed through discomfort. They were birthed through discomfort. Yes. Tsepos Melanie says, thank you, Dad. As much as being patient feels like being in a blazing furnace at times, I understand that my timing is not God's timing. That's right. That's right. God's timing is the best. It is the best. Tabo says, the congratulations will always be more than the go-ons. That's right. Absolutely. So at times we behave as if we are doing what we are doing for people, yet we are doing it for us. So do it for you. Why do you want somebody to approve what you're called to do? Why do you want somebody to validate what you see with your eyes closed? They don't see what you see. That is why they will never understand. They don't see what you see. There are people who laughed when I went the route of ministry. There are people who laughed. Some gossiped and said, what is he doing now? What does he think he's doing? And today they can't say the same thing. They can't say the same thing. And I remember when my mother was so worried about me, and she said to me, hey, my son, it took Moses 40 years to fulfill what God had called him to do. And this might be what you are facing if you want to go that route. She so wanted for me to go look for a job and work. Because deep down, she felt this will never work. Today, she's the beneficiary of what God did through my life and continues to do through my life. We are not where we want to be or where we're going to be, but at least we are somewhere. At least we are somewhere, and there's light. That's what happens when you go in the direction that God has told you to go. Very important, very important. Always say yes, even when it does not make sense. Say yes. He knows what he's doing. God knows what he's doing. Yeah. So, yeah, those are the 5 traits of people who end up successful. Number 1, we said they always go ahead and start while others wait before they are ready. Secondly, they keep going even after being embarrassed. They are not stopped by embarrassment. They are not stopped by public humiliation. No. Number 3, they are intentional on who to follow. These people are intentional on who to follow. Number 4, they sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term gain. Number 5, they believe in themselves when nobody else does. These are the people who will end up successful. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me just, on my way out, read a comment from Mpumezi. You need to be uncomfortable to be comfortable. Powerful. That's right. That's right. I agree with you. So, people of God, before I let you go, please invest in my book, The Call of God, and it only costs 200 Rand, an investment of 200 Rand only. This book is a great resource. It will help you understand why you're here on earth. Everyone here on earth, they are here because they were called by God to planet Earth. So never think that the call of God or the call is only for pastors. Each and every human being here on earth, they are here on earth because they were called by God to planet Earth. So invest in this book. You can direct message me if you're interested in the copy, or you can get it from any of our websites, www.thehouseofprayerministries.co.za, www.blackiconic.co.za. You can get it on any of those websites, or you can direct message me and we will arrange for you to get a copy. Thank you for tuning in, and I bless the Lord for the privilege of your time. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me for this past hour. The Lord bless you. The Lord keep you. I'll see you again next week, same place, same time. Remember to share the feed, remember to sow, and remember to tag a friend so that they can also feed from what you fed from tonight. God bless you.